go.
Shane Mack, being tougher than wrestlers. He's a stunt man, but did he just work his ass off? Did we see Vincent Kennedy McMahon there as well with Stone Cold? If so, go back and listen to that episode, but not in great detail. But as owners, were they willing to show the people their toughness, eagerness, or whatever to go out and be number one in the world of entertainment? Or is Shane McMahon, as legitimate and as tough and better than professional wrestlers? I'm going to let you take over this one.
Yeah, so this is kind of a funny one to me a little bit here. Shane McMahon, a company executive. Now, I'm not going to knock him. The guy's done some hard work, but he can go sit in an office for 5 years and then come out and trade punches with Kevin Owens and whip his ass.
That don't make no sense.
Stephanie McMahon can take 10 years off, come out and beat the world champion.
Don't be ridiculous.
It is funny to me that these guys are tougher than these professionals who fight week in and week out. Now, Shane, I imagine, keeps in pretty good shape, probably goes out and roughs people up behind Pottery Barn or wherever he hangs out at. So, maybe he keeps his licks in, but it's just funny to me that middle-aged guys who only fight once every 5 years are so tough. Because I'm about his age, and I know if I get in a fight these days, I'm going to have to hit somebody from behind with something heavy to get the fuck out of there.
I was just thinking, I'm with you, man. I would knock the fuck out someone from behind or something, I don't want to fucking do that. But no, I was thinking what's that Sheriff Bear? There's Shane with his fucking kids down at Sheriff Bear getting a fucking bear stuffed, and he's going like, hey, motherfucker, you cut in front of my daughter or my son, or your daughter cut in front of my son or my daughter, and I whip your ass, and they go out behind the mall, and he just beats someone's ass. All because they got in a fucking argument at the Sheriff Bear.
Okay, all right, so that's where we'll draw the line.
I'm not saying he's not tough because of he jumped, propelled himself, and did that, try to duplicate Mick Foley's big spot off the cage or whatever. But I'm like, that's just a glorified stuntman to me.
And I'm getting ready for what will probably be my most spectacular stunt.
Is it going to be even more impressive than when you tried to mate with a blue whale?
Yes, absolutely.
Man, you're either one of the boys or you're not. And I think Shane, he put his body on the line for the business.
Without a doubt, yeah.
Hellacious bumps. I'm just saying, you can't do that every 5 years and still be competitive with the top stars of the business that day. Doesn't have to be NBA. Look at Michael Jordan. We went back to the fucking Washington Wizards. You know what I'm saying? You've been out a couple years playing baseball. You try to come back. It ain't happening, man. A guy can take 5 years off. It's not the fucking natural with Robert Redford. You don't come from nowhere and you get on a fucking train and you're fucking knocking the lights with home runs out of the fucking stadium. That's movies, folks. That's TV land.
Yeah, well, Shane McMahon, I just looked it up. He's 3 years older than me, and I'm older than fuck. I'm 45, I could not even try to get into short fist fights like I would have in my 20s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I told you before the story about me and my brother were at the comic convention where I got Sting's autograph and got to meet him. And we were talking about, I was bitching about the super kick. And my brother said, well, the super kick is really the clothesline of the current era.
I thought that was great. When you sent me that, I thought that was great, by the way.
Yeah. And so, the clothesline, when used properly, when used the right way, when used like Stan Hansen or Okada use it, it's a killer, And the super kick used to be the same way when it was used by the right guy, like a Chris Adams or Shawn Michaels. Mm-hmm. That lights out, baby. You're going down.
On his feet.
Right.
And we were talking about that, and then suddenly the crowd started getting to me, and I realized that I wanted to start super kicking people. So it suddenly became very useful to me throwing 800 super kicks in a row. I understood how somebody would do that. I was saying that because I was trying to picture getting into a fight at Build-A-Bear, where I imagine I would also want to super kick people. But so Batista took 5 years off to go to Hollywood, came back, won the Royal Rumble, and the crowd turned into a bunch of vicious, bloodthirsty Vikings who were going to get him because I think they wanted, it was Daniel Bryan is who they were cheering for. Only a member of the McMahon family right now can get away with showing up out of nowhere, beating somebody, maybe putting on a world title or not, and then not wrestling again for 5 years. It's nepotism. It's nepotism at its greatest.
Life's not fair, is it?
The McMahon family has for 20 years, maybe 25, been the dominant villain of their own show with the most consistent week in, week out, we are the bad guy heat all the way through. This one to me, I mean, Bobby, let's just say you and I own a wrestling company and I come to you one day and say, hey, my 28-year-old son who's a dishwasher, I think I'm going to have him come in next week and beat our world champion. And then we'll just, send him home after that. What's your response going to be? My response would be a very realistically one. Fuck you.
Fuck him! Fuck him up against the wall! With handcuffs on and crazy through on the lips!
Exactly.
No. Yeah. No, it's not happening. If my youngest son, who was a high school wrestler, he knows how hard-assed I am about this, and that's this. If you want to make it, don't fucking use my name. I'll help train them. I'll help condition them. Treat them like anyone else. There's a couple guys right here I do help. I have helped, etc. But you know what? He has to do it on his own. And what you get is this. Put fucking other people over. So for me, it's just goofy to have somebody who's not a wrestler show up after 5 years, 10 years, whatever. Stephanie McMahon, I guess, wrestled once in 10 years and, of course, won. In the olden days, that would have fallen under the you protect your talent and you don't let people just show up and beat your champion for nothing. Yeah. That being said, I don't want to shit on the WWE too much. I wouldn't do the shit that Shane McMahon allows to get done. I wouldn't let people do to me what he allows to get done to him. He's awfully a tougher son of a bitch than I am. Good on him. Just ridiculous to show up with 5 years in between matches and, take on their big guys and go toe to toe with, The Undertaker, Kane, Kevin Owens, guys half your age, stuff like that. Yeah. Let me say this. When I saw that, my response was, and still is, good on him, because by God, I don't know if I had the balls if I can do that, and I'm a few years older. So I was looking back at that time going, fuck, man, that's crazy, Mm-hmm. And I know how I felt at that age, and it wasn't too damn good. And so you can imagine a few years more added to that, going back and watching it. When I did watch it live, I was like, holy fuck, man. So my hat's off to him, but it's just like you said, the nepotism is there. We have that going on in a whole many fucking different forms of entertainment, forms of life and jobs and careers, etc. Oh, yeah. But I will say this, for Shane.
The product of my semen is my son's Shane.
He did fucking have the balls to go out there and do it. So I don't know if that's stupid or bravery or idiotic or a combination of the three or whatever.
Have you lost your damn mind?
If I had been his age at that time, I don't know that I would have fucking done that, but whatever. Yeah. It just, to me, it falls under goofy because, it just, it's goofy. That's all I'm going to say about it. When I look back and I was that age going through what I went through at that age, here's the thing. I'd have fucking done it.
You can do it!
I'd have said one day someone's going to bring us up. I had no idea what a podcast was back then. But I said someone
Order Pin Me, Pay Me, Have Boots Will Travel by professional wrestler Bobby Blaze Smedley. Go to Amazon.com and get your copy now. It's a powerful and insightful 5-star memoir available to download or in paperback print edition.